It's all done?
So we've got the pork tenderloin going.
No, it's not done.
Again, it's going to be served with sweet potato mash, sauteed asparagus, and we're going to move quick. Moving on to the pork chop. Now, what I've done with those pork racks that we pulled, everyone gets a double bone pork chop. These are ridiculous, right? So you're welcome. Okay. You're going to French them, and you're going to be careful not to French too far. You'll notice this is what happens a lot of the time, so I use one as a demo. They went too far, and these bones just lay on each other. I want something like that. This is nice and attractive on a plate. So you can see what was taken away. I left the lip of the pork loin on there, right here, this guy. And so what it does, when I'm done cooking it, I'll have this nice presentation. Again, we French these. This one, the bones fall, it's ugly, it's not okay. All right? Questions on that?
No,
all right, we're going to stuff this thing. So what we want to do, we're going to come in here to the interior. And I'm just going to do only about a knife, maybe a little bit wider than my knife. And that's it. I'm going to take my knife and turn it. I don't want to go all the way to the end, so I just want to be very aware of where my knife blade is. And I'm going to just create a pocket inside the pork loin. Just kind of feeling my way. I'm going to be careful here.
So you want to go pretty deep in there?
Yeah, you do. You want to, but don't, if you go too far, you're going to come out of here, all of your stuffing is going to come out of the pork when you're braising it.
So small hole, but nice and wide.
Yep, you're just creating a pocket. And again, if you go too far, it's over. So I created my pocket, and I've also taken a, feels so, it's so gross, there's just so much stuff on my hand. And it's just nice. It's a nice deep pocket. Now we're going to move on to the filling. Remove these again. Thanks, sir. You want to take this fork? Oh, I see. Put it on another hot spot. Move on to this. I've made a rice pilaf. It's undercooked. This is going to be part of the stuffing. So the rice pilaf. Yes, yeah. The rice pilaf is going to be combined with some dried fruit, which I have in here. I've got some cherries, currants, golden raisins, and mission figs. Okay, and they're soaking in about 2 tablespoons of wine. You can see the wine I have there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just take this butter.
Red wine.
That is red wine. Reserve this wine. Why do you think I'm going to reserve it?
For the glazing.
You bet you will. Oh, right. That too. This is going to be a thick goo. So what we'll do is just hit it with a little bit of black balsamic, and that'll be the color we want. If you go too far with the sugar, and I can smell it, it kind of turns that caramel flavor, and we don't want that. That's too far. So we'll fix it. Here's what we're going to do with the stuffing. I've got some chopped walnuts. Okay, and I want to toast these in the butter.
I know, is that what
they are delicious. Okay. When you guys ever had a really well toasted walnut? The aroma is fantastic. And so what we're going to do, our butter is going to take on some of that aroma, and then we're going to saute our fruits, and then we're going to add a little bit of that rice pilaf. Now when we're making rice pilaf, do we cook all of it together? The wild rice and the medium grain or the long grain? We have to cook them separately, right? That wild rice will be part of the wok. We don't want that. So, my walnuts starting to turn on life around. I'm going to add my dried fruit. And rehydrate it. Add a little bit of this rice pilaf. This is way more stuffing than I'm going to be able to get into that piece of pork. That's all right. Again, my rice pilaf. Oh my goodness, that's just amazing. It's seasoned well. We have to season all of our components. Okay, don't try to get away with anything. Turn this pork one more time. stuff this chop. We're gonna take the chop, and this is braised, so I have some veal stock over here. I've got a pan over here with some oil in it. It's on a low heat, or was it heat at one point. Okay, so we're getting that pan ready. We're gonna take this stuffing. And again, the rice is slightly undercooked. Now, once we stuff any kind of meat, what internal temperature do we need to reach?
160.
Right, so I'm sure a lot of you are very happy about this. This is not going to be cooked medium or medium rare. It's going to go all the way. It's going to braise, so it's going to be rather tender. We're going to braise it for at least 90 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know if we have time. 2 plates. But you can see we can get plenty of product in there. Be nice and firm. And once it's just not going to allow anything else in, that's fine. We'll accept that, and we'll move on. So what we've done is
We're gonna like
clean
close it off.
We'll take our bamboo skewer and we'll put it accordingly. I'm going to run that right through here. If you have too much bamboo skewer, it's not going to sear. Okay, so you see what I've got here? That's going to be my searing side. I'm going to press that through, sear it, turn it around, push it through. So make sure you're going to have this bald spot, no sear. You're not going to crap all over it. And crisp. All right, salt and pepper, here we go. I'm going to dredge this in a little bit of flour. And we get the other side. It's got the bamboo skewer up.
Sorry.
Now when we're braising something like this and we have a pocket right in the middle, how high do we take our liquid? All the way, 3/4? No, so we're managing this piece for quite some time. Still a pat of butter. Go right in here. My butter's going to give me some caramelization that I want. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of moving parts today, so just bear with me. It'll be worth it. And we're going to do the job of braising, so we get a nice sear. Hot pan, right? Hear the sizzle? The bubble?
So basically, because this has a pocket, we have to keep adding before we raise it, right?
Adding fat?
Any questions so far? We're moving quick.
Well, aren't we gonna bake it or put it in the
I'll
oven?
take that as a no.
Maybe not.
I'm going to move this over your way.
That's your question that you could ask. Do you keep adding fat to when you braise it? Since it's so little fat, do you keep adding more, or is
More
it?
fat?
Yes.
No, we keep adding stock. We want to minimize the amount of fat we put in there.
So do we add veal stock?
Yes, we have veal stock.
Do we have to do it throughout the cooking process, though, because of that whole?
So this is going to, like I said, it's going to require you to manage this really, really well. Okay. Now for the chutney, now that it's starting to cool down, we're going to go ahead and chiffonade. I'm going to look for a chiffonade, not a rough chop. We're going to chiffonade some of this mint. And it's going to go into our sauce for the pork. Okay. Sauce is really turning into a nice little goo. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna wing it. See that raspberry vinegar on that tub? Can you go ahead and bring me that real quick?
Wait, who's sous chef?
Huh?
Who's the sous chef?
I don't know. I don't have that list on me right now. Who's your chef today? Who was after Paul? Joe, Kathleen. I'm just gonna dilute it a bit. Not a lot. Just enough to loosen it up because it is tight. All right, my pork, I'm about medium rare right now. I'm going to continue to mark it. I'm not looking for perfection on the marks. Here we go. Now we're getting to the body. And all I want to do is create some aromatics with the mint. We don't want to cook it. If we cook the mint, it's going to go army tank green. It's going to be ugly. We'll defeat our purpose here, okay? So, army tank green, that's what it is. I love it. Go your way.
It smells good.
Start building this plate. I have a bowl, a whisk, a spoon, some butter, S&P for my sweet potato mash. The one that's in your soap box.
That's nice.
That is really hot. Put this guy up.
Man, how long did you have to bake that for?
This one's been in the oven, I don't know, what time do we get started, Chris? About 9, 8:30-ish?
A little bit more.
Now, I don't need to use the whole thing, so we're only making one plate here. I'm going to take what I need. So if you guys need to share on these monster potatoes, completely acceptable.
Do we have to oven do them like that?
Yes, they need to be roasted. Boiled sweet potatoes they suck.
Okay.
So we're gonna just take butter, salt, and pepper. That's it. If I taste cinnamon or nutmeg or brown sugar, I'm gonna be really disappointed. What was that? You gonna try? You gonna try to take that? I may or may not have completely removed cinnamon, nutmeg, and brown sugar from our lab for today.
Allspice.
He said for today.
You put allspice in this, I will bring down the thunder because allspice is terrible. All right, we're gonna pipe these onto a plate. Pardon me? Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Do you need a plate?
You think I know? Think I got a handle? Maybe?
Well, see one. Oh.
Well, we didn't have to go there, Brandon, but thank you.
What did
Appreciate
you
that.
say?
Said it reminds them of what they stuff into a cow. So we appreciate that insight. And I think we're all a little grossed out by it. All right. Not relying on you. No pressure. All right, we have an appropriately sized plate. Okay, you're probably not going to be able to find this plate over there or over there. Just find a plate, but don't be crazy. We're going to take sauteed asparagus. Now, what I've done with these stems, you can see, I cut them on an extreme bias. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that these are what go on the top of my my vegetables. Okay, I want those spears. That's what we're looking for. So again, a little bit of fat, people. Some of you have a tough time accepting things can be done in a small amount of fat.
Well, Chef, we are in America.
Food can be prepared in a small amount of fat. We're going to season with salt and pepper. These are very tiny. Notice I'm not sauteing them over the fire. I heated up my fat. I'm just letting them ride. Okay? All right, we good? We're good. Cut this guy. Just say. All right, we're gonna go to the center of the plate. Okay. We're gonna take. That's pretty. You got it good. That looks pretty damn good. Kind of looks like a little orange pile of poo.
Yeah.
We're gonna add a little more potato to it.
Well, that's a baby poo.
A little baby poo. Is there an animal out there? Not that. disgusting. All right, again, your fish spatula would be a great product to pull these. All of us are going to have stinky urine this evening.
Yeah.
Just call it what it is.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's like this class has been disgusting so far.
Well, it's only going to get more fun. It can't get any more disgusting, can it? What's disgusting about the truth? That's my question.
The description, not the truth.
But I think only, 2% of the population doesn't have that problem? Lucky them. I can't say that you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so we have this roasted pork tenderloin. Again, we want to go medium. So I've got a nice pink center, about medium. Everybody good? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take off 2 medallions. I'm going to do an appropriately portioned product.
Hey, chef. Would you like us to use our knife, the other knife?
I want you to use a meat slicer. I do not have my meat slicer here.
So will we be sharing one, or are we going to make our own each?
Everyone,
I think we get our own.
I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Still good? You think so? All right, so Brandon, barely steak pork. You can see we've got a nice sear. Okay? I'm going to set this right here for now. I'm going to deglaze with my red wine. Bring that on sec. You guys know what on sec is, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we have it. It kind of gets to a syrupy consistency. I'm going to put the pork back in.
The water
On sec.
of the glaze.
We're going to add our veal stocks. And again, we're going to be very cautious in our approach here. We don't want to go above that line. All the contents are going to come out. Okay, so I'm going to constantly manage this process. So you're going to have to constantly monitor or manage yours. All right? A little bit of pork tenderloin here. Medium. I don't have a spoon. That's my fault.
You had one, oh, for the sweet potato.
Oh, that was a big spoon. Oh, I had a small white tasting spoon.
Oh.
We'll get one over here in a second. So, any questions so far? A lot of mise en place, a lot of moving parts. We gotta bust it. Now today for our spare ribs, this is for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have some fun, okay? Each of you will prepare a plate. I would really like for it to be kind of barbecue-esque. So we'll do some like cold potato salad. We will make some other sides that we'll come up with. What else do we make? Beans. We'll figure out a way to make some beans. Bacon? Is that what you said? So this chutney is very, very sweet. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on the pork and just let it cool at the bottom. It doesn't take a lot. It's very pungent. It's got balsamic in it. It's tart. So any questions? Now I want you to notice the portion size. When you guys get into nutrition, I'm going to bring this up because I'll probably be teaching that class. Okay? So, if you don't have any questions, and without double dipping, I'm going to cut these into pieces. You guys can dip into the chutney, kind of get an idea of what that flavor profile is going to look like. Yes, absolutely. So,
Mise en place.
so
Yes,
get in
chef.
there.